journalist, a podcast producer. She's a relatively new member to our club, area director of B2, and she's working from the pathways called Innovative Planning. This is the second speech of the level 1. This is where she gives a speech. She will then be getting some feedback, and then she will be representing a speech with the feedback at a later date. And the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of this presentation is The Power of Candid Conversation. Please help me welcome to the virtual lectern, Vivien.
Hey.
That's what I'm waiting for. Nowadays, I rarely hear guys whistle at me, so I go to Toastmasters just to hear the whistling. So there. All right. So let me share with you, and that's so with the comma. Why? I'm talking about the power of candid conversations. Just imagine having a 1 hour talk show, having a 1 hour podcast, and every time the other person asks you, what do you think? Steeple your fingers, square your shoulders, look into the camera, and say, let me tell you 3 things. Okay, there's a running joke here. Everywhere I give a talk, I have to tell them that like one word. Why? Why do you want me to do that for 1 hour, right? Or why do you want my guests to do that? But that's only half of the problem because I get scolded by the old-time Toastmasters and the higher-ups. They tell me, but you never close with, in summary. So these are valid learning points. But I think I'm going to get kicked out of my TV and radio stations. I'm going to get fired by my producers if for every talking point I have to say, let me tell you 3 things and then tell them and then go in summary. I would be jobless and I'd be applying for a job with all of you. That's what brought me to the power of candid conversations. Because in my funniest grammar, the why and the because is this. I'm the new kid on the block. I love visiting Toastmasters clubs around the world. I like making friends. Then I like inviting people to my talk show because they have more titles than me and they've been there longer. See the face? They're like, no, 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 not me. That's one. Second is, what are you going to ask me? I'm like, huh? What? It's a talk show. People call in, people text in. I don't know. And the third is, how much time do I have? May I prepare? I'm like, prepare? I'm just going to ask you what you do every day in your life. You know, candid conversations, show and tell. What'd you do yesterday? What's your favorite food? So when can you come and guest? Person tells me, I think I need 3 weeks. 3 weeks to talk about your life? Let me ask all of you, what is it about candid conversations that makes people more anxious than prepared speeches? But if you look at it, 24 hours a day, if we sleep 8 hours, which I don't think we do, presuming we do, we're awake 16 hours. How many of those 16 hours belong to a prepared speech? Let me ask everybody in the room. You are going to have the grandest prize on this planet if you can tell me you have a 16-hour prepared speech with, let me tell you 3 things, and in summary, for every time that you change your talking point. My advocacy is to tell Toastmasters, who have become my friends, that the best thing that ever happened out of this pandemic is that we got to meet people from all over the world. Just think, I mean, I shouldn't really be happy about the pandemic, but if it didn't happen, and if Zoom didn't happen, I would never have been able to meet you and the many other Toastmasters around the world. And that only happened because they found this wild, wacky woman. See, triple W, it's not World Wide Web, it's wild, wacky woman, right? Who loves asking questions, telling stories, but more than talking about myself, I love asking people. Now, I'm going to ask you, who in this room is going to be brave enough to come and guest on my talk show? One, two, three. Notice people are not jumping up and down. I have to figure out why. I always thought everybody would say, me. Like, why? Really? I want it to happen here in Oju. Please, please, please. I hope it does. Where you're really good at table topics, let's raise the bar. Let's just have candid conversations where people can ask you anytime, anywhere about anything. And people are like, that's scary. I said, no, it's not. I can talk about anything, anywhere, anytime, about anything. And they say, you're obnoxious. I said, no. He said, you can talk about anything? I said, yeah. He said, you know about everything? I say, no. So how can you talk about everything? I said, simple. I just tell them, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you tell me? And you will be surprised. Like, I can ask Wayne, I flew a single engine plane, a glider, and turned the engine off on top of a volcano. But I want to know what the fighter plane of a guy of your capacity during intelligence days is all about. Of course, Wayne wants to talk. And that is really the secret in having conversations. It's really powerful. It's just like kindergarten. It's the best way to make friends with strangers. Ask them about themselves. Ask them if you can join. Ask them if you can play. Remember kindergarten playground? I want to play. Yeah, join. And some will say, wait for your turn. Okay. And when time's almost up, may I? Just do that. Make friends. And I'll tell you what I love about Oju. You actually talk even half an hour before the meeting. You can't believe this. I made the fatal mistake of talking. I will not tell you which club, not in this country, of saying hi, hello, and everybody said, everybody, no talking. Everyone, please mute your mics. And we were there like this for 30 minutes before the meeting. Of course, that's their culture, but I like to go back where I can have a playground and play and make friends. And here, Oju, oh, thank you. You adopted me. Thank you. And I love you. Thank you for the love and care. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Thank you very much, Vivien, for that. Almost felt like an icebreaker speech, but a little bit different. Now, Madam or Mr. Timer, if you could time 1 minute as we prepare some comments for Vivien. Remember that you can send them to her privately in the chat function just by clicking on her name